Good evening, Monday Night Madness, 8 p.m. Listen, people, it's been another hot one today, over 30 in the capital in London. If you're from capital, if you're from the capital, it's been really hot today. Um, doesn't feel like the heat's been hitting the Emirates though. Doesn't feel like the heat's been hitting the transfers for us. We're going to get into that, but first and foremost, make sure you slap up the lights and everything. Quadra's in the building. He's saying smash the lights and subscribe to the Waffle Don on the panel as well. We will see who joins today, but for a moment, you've got me now for the next however minutes. We're not doing 2 hours today, but yeah, you got me for however long it's going to be. But anyway, people, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So, according to reports, man like Ben Jacobs, he dropped today that. Actually, should I talk about? Actually, let's not talk about the transfers yet. Let's talk about the game the other day. Let's talk about the Girona versus Arsenal game because I think that's just gone by. So let's just talk about that game. So yeah, done a watch along the other day. Watched that game. I thought we were quite good, you know. I thought we showed confidence. I thought we showed great ability, and the team just looked strong. Remember, we haven't hardly had anyone playing from the first team, and we just look like a great team. I know it's Girona, and I know they've not been great and all that. I know it's pre-season and stuff like that, but the two standouts for me in that game was to Solis and Dowman. I thought Dowman was excellent. I thought Skelly played well as well, but the two standouts for me was Solis and Dowman. Dowman with his first assist of the game to Kai Havertz, beautiful threaded ball. And the thing with Dowman, yeah, he was just causing problems down that right hand side. He gives you a different threat to Saka. He's a number 10, I suppose, naturally, but he can play anywhere on the pitch for me. Yeah, when you're as good as that, you can play anywhere on the pitch, and he's just so good with the ball. His dribbling technique. I think he's the best dribbler in the team. I don't think there's anyone as good as him when it comes to dribbling with the ball, and he's so smooth with it as well. I was chatting to Cape as well, and we was talking. And the way he was just dribbling with the ball. And the thing is, you have to foul him. He's so good. You have to foul him. I heard people referring to him as the next Messi and stuff like that. I wouldn't go that far as of yet, but he's a serious player. And I think he's just going to get better and better. And he's getting stronger as well. If you watched him as well, he looks like he's getting much stronger as well. And the only way to get the ball off him is you've just got to kick him off the ball. That's the only way. And he wins so much free kicks. We could have had a penalty. That was questionable. Well, I thought it was a penalty, but it is what it is. So Max, yeah, I thought he was great the other day. Solis, got to see him play for the first time. This guy, what does he remind me of? What does he remind me of? Trying to think what he reminds me. He don't remind me of Alexis. He doesn't remind me of a. I don't think he reminds me of a Trossard either. I have to think of the player who he reminds me of mostly, but I thought he was brilliant the other day, and I thought as well that when he got the ball, he didn't try to do the most craziest stuff with the ball. He just got the ball, looked up, looked around, played the 1-2, took on his man, got into the box, crossed the ball. That's what I like to see what our wingers. That's what a typical winger needs to be doing. It was nice not to see a player head down all the time, just running into blind alleys. I thought Solis was very good as well, and he scored as well. Sorry, I didn't even mention. We'll go back to Dowman in a minute, but Solis also scored as well. He also got an assist, I believe, as well. Did he get an assist? I think he got an assist. Yeah, I think he got an assist. His goal, yeah, got a bit of deflection, and I know it went off the defender's foot, but it was still a decent goal. And it showed intent as well. So Solis, he's got that short. Do you know what he reminds me of? Yeah, who he reminds me of without the pace. He reminds me of a Mark Overmars. If anyone knows who Mark Overmars is, he was a Dutch winger back in the day, but without the pace. Yeah, he's just got that trickery about him without looking like a crazy Ronaldo type dribbler type. And I thought he just made it look easy the way he just flowed with the game. And talking about making it look easy, we've got my main guy in here, man like Gianni in the building. How you doing, my broski?
Oh, I'm hurting after this week of work, but I'm all good now. What's going on, bro?
Man, you plumbers, bro. It's crazy, but listen. I know about you plumbers, man, because
no, I'm an engineer. I know how to do everything. I know plumbing, electric. I do plumbing, electrical, HVAC, yeah? Carpentry, everything.
So you're a one-man show. You do everything. Wow, man.
I try.
Wow. But yeah, sorry. I was just talking about Dalman and Solis the other day against Girona. I was just talking about Solis just now. Just when he got the ball and he was just making the right decisions, and that's something that we haven't seen much apart from Trossard. You know what I mean? Last season, and even then, Trossard seemed to have games where he was in and out. He wasn't, you know what I mean, really at his best. But Solis in that game, I thought. And I'm not going over the top. I'm not getting too excited. I'm not getting too gassed. I'm not going to gas him too much. I'm not going to say he's the best player since sliced bread. But when you see someone playing for the first time and they look decent, I can compliment him. I can compliment him. Yeah, it's not the Premier League, but I just thought what he done just looked really just nice and easy on the eyes. What's your thoughts? Did you watch the game the other day?
I didn't watch the game because the last 2 days I've worked 35 hours, but I'll send you a text to show you what was going on that I was dealing with over here. But so I think I said it on the last one. I go, Solis, the way that I see him play, he's definitely a Michele scout because he's very direct and he reminds me of all of the profile of wingers that we've seen play at Napoli, like Lorenzo Insigne, Dries Mertens, Jose Callejon, Chucky Lozano, all those types of players. Solis is in that same bracket. He's going to be a very direct winger. He's good on the ball, and he makes good decisions. I thought from what I saw from the highlights that Solis was the best player for the team. Him and Dalman. Dalman, listen, man, we've been saying this the whole time. This is also why I'm sure we'll get into it. Why I don't want Ethan Nwaneri to be sold either, because we're going to need fresh legs to get through the season after injuries, problems with the transfer market, not getting deals over. So Solis, I think will be good. And like I said, we need somebody more direct instead of this sideways passing stuff if we're going to try to go back to back. And I like the fact that Solis is more direct than what we have.
Yeah, I hear it. What's Luca talking? Luca, man. What's wrong with you, man? But we're going to get into the Bruno stuff later. So just calm down, calm yourself down a bit. Mark Overmars, get out of it. Yeah, man. I'll give him a little like, you know, a little boost in that, man. Listen, it is what it is, man. Quad just said, yeah, subscribe to Gianni. There's a thing to subscribe. Going back to Dalman though, the way he took his goal the other day. Oh, bro, this guy is special, man. This guy is special. And you see like Arteta at the end and his arm around his shoulder and everything like that. This guy, he needs minutes this season, don't you think?
If you're good enough, you're old enough. When you look at how explosive he is when he makes a decision on how he can quickly get from a different space to open the play up, this is what we're missing in the middle. The number 10 position has been lacking the last 2 years for Arsenal. We got away with it last year, but this is why I said, for me, I think Dalman needs to play this year. And really, you also need Dalman to play this year to start getting a move on with some of these other players to force them out of the club. We've had this talk, behind the scenes with how bad our books are with certain players. I mean, if Dalman plays the top, big up Mark. If Dalman gets minutes this year, it's going to take away from Martin Odegaard, right? If Martin Odegaard ends up getting pushed into the bench, we're now talking about 3/4, almost 800,000 pounds a week is sitting on the bench between Havertz, Jesus, and Odegaard. That's not good enough for a club like this. We need to spend some serious money, and we need to make some moves and get these massive wages off the books so that we can make moves that we can. Big up Darren. But I think Dalman, he needs minutes. All our youngsters need Dalman and Ethan and MLS all need monster minutes this year. We need to do more rotation. I don't want to see Declan Rice anywhere close to 5,000 minutes like what he was last year. I don't want to see anywhere close to it. I want to see these young kids get some minutes and show off their talent, because if you can find talent from within and don't even have to spend money, it's even better for the club, to where if we do need to buy a superstar, we have the extra cash now. So I would love to see all three of them youngsters get minutes this year, because I think they're good enough to do it.
I've got a feeling. I just got a feeling, and I don't want to think, but I just got a feeling that Ethan's going to be back on loan again.
I'm worried about that as well.
Yeah, I just think that Arteta doesn't have the same love for Ethan. Sorry, doesn't have the same love, for Ethan that he has for Dalman. I think Ethan's more of a, how can I put it, man? I think Ethan's more of a, I'm trying to think of the words.
Do you think it's because he doesn't have love for Ethan, or do you think that it's because Ethan and Odegaard don't get along? Because from what my understanding was Odegaard and Nwaneri had a falling out of Nwaneri talking smack to Odegaard last year, and that's why he was sent away on loan. And if that's the case, that it was a situation between that, I like that in a player to have, want to be a little bit more gritty and get his point across and everything else. So I don't know. I don't know what the situation is with that.
Yeah, maybe there's a little bit of that as well. But I think as well that Ethan's probably, because he's ahead of his development down as well, I think Ethan is the type of player that he probably would want to go somewhere to play first team football. Now he's had a taste now of Arsenal. He's a Premier League winner, although he didn't play much. But there's players that even if it's Arsenal, wherever they're playing, they want to play more minutes. And I know he's young and stuff like that, but some youngsters, they just got that fight about them, and they want to play. And yes, Odegaard's ahead of him, but also as well, you think to yourself, Odegaard, there's games, because everyone remembers West Ham Odegaard,
right?
Him assisting that goal for Trossard, and that's it. Do you understand?
That's exactly it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone just remembers that, but they don't remember the Odegaard throughout the season that was going down injured.
Beyond just a season, it's been 2 years now.
Yeah,
we're talking nearly 2.5 years to get back to Odegaard's best. That's how long he's been out of form.
That's crazy for someone that's on that amount of money as well. That is crazy.
That's kind of my point when we say that whole financial shit with Arsenal need to get straightened out. The last year that he put up good numbers was what, 22, 23? 23, 24 was the start of the fall off with him.
Wow. That's the conversation that people aren't ready to have about him. Yeah, he's the captain and all and everything else and blah, blah, blah. But we're talking 2.5 years. We've been paying a guy 240,000 pounds a week. And in 2.5 years, he hasn't played his best ball. What are we doing here? the thing is with Odegaard, and we're digressing a little bit. The thing is with Odegaard as well, but no, this is Arsenal. We can talk about the player. Thing is with Odegaard as well. Yeah, too many people invest emotion into him. People are just too, well, you know what? I like Odegaard. I don't care about liking a player. Yeah, player has to perform. Yeah, because if you went and you spent your money on, I don't know, golf clubs, yeah, and the minute you go onto the green, you spent a lot of money, by the way, yeah, in these golf clubs, yeah. The minute you go out into the green, you go to tee off or whatever, the golf club snaps. Are you gonna say, "Oh, I like these golf clubs"? you're gonna say, "No, I'm taking these golf clubs back tomorrow, and I want a refund, yeah? Or I want a replacement." Is that how it goes? Yeah.
Yeah.
But so many people now we've won the Premier, and I was scared. I was scared of this. I knew this was coming. So many people, yeah, because we're Premier League champions now. Nah, he deserves to stay. He's the captain. You know, all of this and all of that, and I don't think sentiment should really come into it, especially going into a new season, because if all that sentiment is like that going into the new season, that means the expectation isn't going to be as high. So I'm expecting Odegaard to have an absolute crazy season next season. And just as I'm talking about crazy, we've got our boy Tony Claudetta in the building. How you doing, my brother?
My man.
You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. See, people, yeah, I was just, I'm sorry I'm late on the show, yeah, people. I know I'm a co-host on the show, and of course, I respect the people down here. And of course, to see Gianni here, man, big ups. I know you had crazy shift just a couple of hours ago, and, you know, thanks for popping in here. I just had my show, Arsenal on my channel. So, and people, you know, I'm with a top gooner, yeah. And when you're with with the best in the business, yeah, top gooner, sometimes you just say, so people, make sure you catch up that show, Arsenal on Inch with Dio. See, it's simple, yeah. This morning, people, yeah, I was taken aback, yeah. I was shocked at what I saw. I was expecting a here we go last night, yeah, involving the transfer of Bruno Guimaraes down to Arsenal. This is what I was questioning Dio, the toppers of gooners out there, people, yeah. You've never seen top goonery like this before. But it is what it is. Seeing that just this morning, that Newcastle have actually rejected that Arsenal's deal to bring in Bruno Guimaraes this morning begs the question, what have Arsenal been doing all these weeks? What have you been doing all these weeks? That deal needs to be tied up by now. I was expecting Bruno Guimaraes to be announced an Arsenal player in the early hours of this morning. And right now, we're out here seeing what's going on. Bro, I'm shocked. I'm shocked because
Tony, this is what Arsenal's been doing.
We need to finish everything about this Bruno Guimaraes deal, bro. Quick. So that we get into the Vinny discussions and end it up all quickly, bro. We don't have time to dilly-dally, bro. I don't know about you guys.
Tony, this is what Arsenal's been doing all week to Newcastle.
Penny,
this is all they've been doing.
I think that's a good segue because that's a good segue because yeah, we were talking about Odegaard, but I think we need to talk about this Bruno business. And you know what? I'm at the point where I'm just like, even when it gets done, yeah, that excitement is not even there no more. I know it sounds cold, but because there's do you know how many times I've seen Bruno is close? Arsenal are close to making a bid. Arsenal are close to doing this. Even the Newcastle in ITKs are messing up, are lying and doing all of this. We've not bid and all these kind of things. The first bid, it is such a mess on the transfer situation. Yeah, they're showing pictures of Bruno in Spain. I don't want to see none of that. I just want to see. I just want to see the here we go this week. Tony, I'm going to put this question to you. Yeah, because you're in the know about all of these things. Yeah? And I have to put this question to you. Why are we taking so long to wrap up this Bruno Gomes deal? And what I just want to hear the excuse.
See, I mean, it's good that you asked that question. Yeah, you know, see, we've been in this journey for a long time now, bro. We've seen transfer windows where Arsenal have completely goofed, you know, the transfer window. I've seen transfer windows where, I mean, people, I had a show. I used to have a transfer running show with our brother, the Southern Gunner. And that's, I think that summer, we were really expecting like about 4 signings. And in the last day of the night, Arsenal decided to sign no one, absolutely no one. And we were going for that title charge with Manchester City, where we needed a couple of signings to come in and help us out. But if we went to get signings at that time, maybe Arsenal would have won the league. But with the legality in the market, we didn't bring in our targets, and we lost the league that season. And that show was disbanded. Yeah, because we felt, what is the need of us doing transfer window shows, and then we can't even sign no one? Me and the Southern Country said, epic, we're offering this off. See, people, yeah, it has now become a crazy thing for Arsenal to dilly-dally in the market. We've seen Morgan Rogers, yeah, that Morgan Rogers deal just being gazumped away from Arsenal. We've seen that Lacroix signing just fizzle out away from our hands. And people, the biggest fear about this Bruno Gomes is not in Arsenal dilly-dallying. It's in what PSG, what that report this morning, yeah, means is that Arsenal hasn't gotten this deal in the bag. What does that mean? In some certain circles right now, PSG will be watering their palms right now and saying, you know what, yeah, come on, man. This is a Brazilian, yeah? We've had, I mean, bro, we have a Brazilian in our team. I mean, we've been working with Brazilians all our lives. Bro, we can just actually go in and put in a big bid, you know, for Newcastle, who would gladly sell abroad than sell to Arsenal, the Premiership champions. Rather than strengthening Arsenal, they would prefer to strengthen that PSG team rather than strengthen us to oppress them this season. They can do that. And people are not even looking at this trajectory right now. Real Madrid is looking on actually bringing in Rodri. That deal will be made. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, that deal will be made. When Real Madrid knocks on that door, it's a different knock on the door. It's a shattering. It's like a bazooka straight into the door. It opens. Rodri will be living down there. People, have you thought, yeah, of when Rodri leaves that football club? That gap in that hole in that midfield, people. Who would be the best person?
They got Eddie Anderson, though. They got Eddie Anderson.
Yeah, but you got to remember Bernardo Silva left.
People, it's Bruno Gomes, people. It's Bruno Gomes. So, people, the more Arsenal keep dilly-dallying in this deal, people, I mean, it leaves it open for powerhouses like PSG and of course, Man City to retrace their steps and bring in other assets that can help them out. Yeah. So it is what it is. But to answer your question, yeah, I do understand. I do understand a certain perspective because I'm that kind of person that like looking around for certain perspective. Your manager has just abandoned your football club. You've gotten Gordon ripped out from your team. You've gotten Joe Linton asking for a transfer out of the football club. I mean, you've gotten Tonali who took a one-way. I mean, Lewis Hall. See, yeah, we have Gianni down here, yeah. So people have beef. I have no beef with Italians, yeah. But people, yeah, Tonali took the money and went straight down, down the lane. So I mean, think about
Tony. He needed the money for gambling.
But it is what it is. Yeah.
Hey, so now he needed the money for gambling. That's why he did that.
So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, and all these deals, yeah, have been done so quickly in record time. And then when it comes to Arsenal, we're dilly-dallying, it's been delayed. But again, I do understand that it is a little bit harder to actually lose your captain, at the end of the day, with all these high-profile players in your team, leaving, your team. It destabilizes everything, mostly when you're going to be losing your captain. I can really understand that. But again, I won't blow this totally out of proportion, because some people only look at headlines. I go deep down into the details of what has happened. Now, in that report in the early hours of this morning, it said that the Arsenal bid has been rejected. People would just look at the headline and not look straight deep into the details. Now, let me tell you the details. Yes, that deal was rejected. That bid was rejected. But to the nitty-gritty of it, the haggling over a small percentage of add-ons. That is what is holding up this deal. People, the chunk of the money has been agreed. Everything has been agreed. It's smooth. People, Bruno Guimaraes' paraphernalia, pictures, and everything around the stadium has been hacked off from St. James Park. If you go to St. James Park right now, you won't see any of Bruno Guimaraes' pictures around anywhere. It has been ripped apart, ripped away. What does that mean? When a club side does that, it means that they already expect the player to believe in the football club, and this business has been done. So why isn't it translating in the news? Why aren't we getting a here we go? Why aren't we seeing Bruno Guimaraes having a medical being done today? People, it's down to the little details. Arsenal is dilly-dallying with the add-ons, and they've not given Newcastle a proper percentage, a proper notification on what the add-ons in this deal is going to, it's going to ensue for this deal to walk out in record time. But people, it is what it is. Arsenal is just dilly-dallying over the add-ons and the clauses to be added into this contract. That is what is holding up this Bruno Guimaraes deal. People, Gianni, I don't know your take on this, bro, but if little 5 million, 10 million add-ons is holding up a potential deal and us potentially retaining this title back-to-back, people, I mean, let it go, Arsenal. Just let it go. Let it go. This is really, let it go. We can retain this. Let it go.
Tony, listen, you and me were in complete agreement last week on this show that we said whatever the fucking money they're asking, just get it done. By hook or crook, just get it done to get Bruno over here. We've all agreed on that. Again, when you're dilly-dallying about little money,
Miss Melina in the chat.
Miss Melina. I hate to be, like the sour fan or looking into this, but again, if you're dilly-dallying over that little bit of money, and especially because it's add-ons, it's not like it's the money that you have to let go immediately. It's the money that's being held in reserve. So again, that starts raising the question, is our books really straightened out? Because again, if you're getting record money, there shouldn't be a problem of getting this over the line. Again, we talked about it last week. Just from sponsorships, we made 200 million pounds just for winning the league. So if you got an extra 200 million pounds in from all your different sponsors, where the fuck is this money going that we can't go get new players? Again, that's why we start talking about, let's go look at the books. And then you start bringing up the conversation about Jesus and Havertz and Odegaard, about the crazy money that they're getting paid and all the crazy transfer fees that we've spent. I mean, again, hate to be the bearer of bad news if nobody's paid attention. The two amounts of money that we paid for Kai Havertz and Noni Madueke from Chelsea is the exact same amount that they used to buy Morgan Rogers. So, what are we doing here when we're talking about this stuff is why we bring up certain things like this. Again, if it was a situation like, as Tony said, they're haggling over 10, 15 million. That's the money that you pay down the line. It's not even the upfront cash. So if it's money down the line and you're making record revenue, then what the hell is the point of even haggling over this? Get the deal done and be done with it. And like Tony said, Bernardo Silva is gone as well. And if Rodri goes to Real Madrid, they have to find another person to put in the pivot, because I'll be honest with you guys, I've been saying this since last year when he first signed. Reinders ain't that freaking good. I've seen him for years at AC Milan. The guy is overrated, man. The guy is overrated. I've been saying this, that this guy is not that good of a player. If you don't think Manchester City, if they sell Rodri for big money, if you don't think they're ready to just pull the trigger and go steal Bruno Guimaraes away from us, they will. We've seen it time and time again. And this is why with Arsenal, again, I trust Berta as a sporting director, but like Tony said, if you're haggling over 10, 15 million, there's something bigger going on behind the scenes that they're not trying to let out to show this for people, to why this deal wasn't getting done. Because for me, Bruno Guimaraes is more of the priority for me to get done first than Vinicius. I'm sorry, he is. We need them extra legs in the midfield to get through the season, like Tony said, to try to go back to back. So, you know, for me, this Bruno deal is really starting to piss me off that we're not getting this over the line. And the whole thing with Newcastle, I mean, look, yeah, it's their captain and they're losing high-profile players. The jig is up with Newcastle. They can't afford to go all out on money on transfers like they have. They have to build slowly if they're going to try to rebuild that team into a bigger team. And the jig is up. Everybody knows that Newcastle's basically now going to be a club to where you're going to go to Newcastle just to get to the Premier League and try to shine so you can get to one of the bigger teams in the Premier League. There is no future of Newcastle being.
I mean, they brought in replacement, didn't it? They've brought in replacement.
That's also what I was going to say.
Not like Arsenal. I mean, they brought in replacement. To be very fair, they brought in Bamba. I mean, they brought in some certain kind of names to plug in the holes and dot their I's and cross their T's. They've done a little business here and there, bro. You know, we shouldn't just look at it like, oh, you know, they're just going to be left, looking ripped apart. No, they've signed some couple of players. They brought in a goalkeeper to show up Pope. I mean, they brought in Bamba. They brought in some Torre has been brought in by Newcastle. I mean, they've done some certain kind of businesses here and there to shore up, these big blows that they've gotten. But I mean, the captain, the sale of your captain is gonna shatter every ounce of confidence you have in it.
And especially with the new manager coming in too. Especially with the new manager coming in too, it's really unstable over there because you don't know what he's going to do different than Eddie Howe with how he's going to want to play. He is a good manager, though. I will give him that. He is a good manager. This Matthias just
he's a very nice manager. Yeah. That guy, he hardly talks. He's more of a thinker, very intelligent guy than it seems. Yeah, people might not look at him like a pretty person or whatever, but I mean, he's thinking. I mean, he's always thinking about the tactics, how to change the game. You can look at what he has done at Al Ahly. I mean, is it Al Ahly or Al Hilal or whatever they call that?
Al Ahly, Al Ahly,
whatever it is, bro. He's a highly intelligent manager. You hardly see him animated, around the coaching area at all. He doesn't do any of that. He's mostly a silent guy. This kind of silent kind of guys that can kill. He's that kind of thinker. So it is what it is. I mean, good luck to them, bro. But I mean, when you've lost Tonali in your team, you've lost Gordon, bro, in record space of time. Because we also have to check the timing when these deals were done. Yeah, bro. There was no time for the new incoming players to even play around with Tonali. Maybe if it was a dragged up situation, we can say, oh, okay, maybe these older players can be able to kind of like just show these new players how it is to play in that Newcastle setup just before they left. No, there's no time for that. All of them have all gone. And then the captain who should be the last person holding up the emblem of Newcastle is about to leave. So, I mean, I know they're clasping on straws right now, but
Tony, Tony, you said it at the beginning when we were in our group chat. As soon as Tonali left, you were like, get Bruno G done immediately. Why are we waiting around? The longer this goes on, you called this exact situation like 3 weeks ago when you were like, when you said,
exactly.
when you said, if you don't get this freaking business deal done, the more likelihood of them letting go of a captain in this scenario is going to go down, or we're opening up the lane for another team to come in and steal them. And exactly, it's starting to look that way.
But don't you think Bruno's eyes are set on us right now?
Yeah, but again,
He
like
wants to
what
come
Tony
here.
said, imagine throw the reverse card and use exactly what Tony's analogy was. What if Rodri doesn't go to Real Madrid? You don't think Real Madrid will go get Bruno Guimaraes to go into that midfield? Now you're basically hoping that he is set on Arsenal. The problem is now the biggest club in the freaking world is knocking on the door. And you got to still hope to get this over. How many times have we seen guys say, "Oh, we're going here," then Real Madrid knocked on the door? Yep, gone. I'm going to Real.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like Tony said, that's a different.
The biggest example is that Morgan Rogers signing, bro. The biggest example of the PTSD we have regarding these deals, is as clearly as possible is the Morgan Rogers deal. Yeah, we're out here dilly-dallying with that Rogers deal, and it has completely gone swept under the rug. No Arsenal, bro. Can you understand that? No Arsenal fan right now is actually talking about how we lost the plot with that Rogers signing that was already in the bag. But we've completely swept that. Bro, how many content creators are actually talking about that right now? None.
No, none of them.
Because it has been swept under the carpet easily. Because this Vini deal and this Bruno Guimaraes thing has come in to put the gloss all over it. And then we're not really looking at the picture at what just stunned us just a couple of weeks ago, that we were in that deal and Chelsea just came up and consumed that deal, completely swept under the rug, under the carpet, tap, boom. No one is talking about it. But that's the reality that we Arsenal fans, I don't know the level to which you will call us bottom gooners or whatever. I don't care. Yeah, but these are the scenarios that informs why we are a bit critical about our transfer strategy, critical about how late and how we handle our transfer dealings. It doesn't matter whether Berter is there; it's still the same thing. Yeah, the way we handle these businesses, it's not the way modern football management operates. Is being done, and that's why people like Chelsea, can just come disrespect us, disrespect the ground we start. People, we're English champions. You have to move in a different way when you're champions. But you have to admit, it's a very disgraceful way, the way Chelsea came up in less than a week, got some that Morgan Rogers deal, paid up the money up front, and it's also happening that they're not even spending that money in real time. It's all cooked up money, bro. It's not like they brought up that money, bro. That's what it took to gazon the champions out of signing Morgan Rogers. On real money, fake money, because that money is not real. Chelsea is not spending 117. This is how bad it looks like. They even shipped off the deadwood to even put that gloss all over it to Aston Villa. That's how bad it is. That's how bad we look, bro. So genuinely, Arsenal fans have the right to say, this is not going well. We can talk about it. We're not putting down the club, but we can have conversations about it. It's not going down well. And people, if we allow this thing to go on, and rumble on, people, other football clubs, they'll smell it. They'll smell the coffee. I've been in trouble with them. But the only thing giving me the confidence is that the player really wants to come to Arsenal. This is the thing. Yeah, the player wants to come to Arsenal. But again, so did Morgan Rogers. And then he changed his mouth when he got to Chelsea and called it the best club in the world. That's it. Money makes the world go round. Don't allow anybody lying to you. Money makes the world go round. Yeah, I believe in God, but people, Rogers, a couple of months ago, called Arsenal the best club in the world. And then got his move to Chelsea, and suddenly, Chelsea
suddenly said Chelsea's the biggest club in London.
It's funny how this thing goes. Bro, it's funny how this thing goes. It's just a little tweak, just a little bit of money. Bro, it changes everything. It changes everything. So this is what it is. Arsenal, please go and do that deal. Yeah, go take the shame, go do the deal. Paying Newcastle what they want. Get the deal done. Yeah, because if we get this Bruno deal done, people, I can assure you, 50, 60%, even without going into that league right now, bro. We retain this league easy because we shored up that midfield. And anything that will come up with Declan Rice, we show it up. Because people, mind you, Declan Rice played about up to nearly 70 games. All true, plus the World Cup. Yeah. This
over 5,000 minutes of play.
There's a big chance, bro, I'm telling you, bro. There's a big chance that guy gets completely banked up before mid-season, bro.
Yeah, and that's easy. The worry.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Quick one though, yeah. And we'll end on this one before we move on to the Vinny stuff. Yeah, there's a couple of questions from the assembled as well. We said this last week, yeah, that we felt that Bruno's going to be wrapped up last week. Do you think he's going to be wrapped up this week? Definitely. Where's the confidence, guys, man?
I'll allow Gianni go with that one, bro. I'll allow Gianni go for that
More
one.
closer now, though, isn't it? Or not?
I would think so, but like Tony said, if we're haggling over 15 million, what the fuck is the point? That's like where the problem. Tony said it better than most people can say it. If you're haggling over add-ons, which isn't even the upfront cash, now the question is will the deal get done? I don't understand. If the upfront fee's been agreed upon, then why are we having problems with money that we got to worry about at the end of the season? When you know, like Tony said, if we win again, you got another 200 million payout coming for winning again. So if you know you're going to have that much money, why the hell are you worried about 10, 15 million in the background if it's not part of the upfront cash?
Do you think there's some FFP? PSO?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. With
Nah.
That's what I don't know.
There's no FFP. Bro, we've seen City, bro, 116 lingering, bro. Come on, man. No,
that's
Chelsea just walked up out of court and they're laughing at us, bro. She just gave them a 10 million fine, bro. What are we talking about? This man's them, they went to the court, heavily suited, and left the court, bro. No charges. It's all lies. There are no charges for these big teams. It's all a fallacy. It's when it comes to Arsenal, people want to run their mouth about SFP, bro. It's a lie. City have not gone down for any of all these charges, bro. Chelsea just walked out of court, smiling and looking at all, bro. They're looking at us like clowns talking about FFP.
Yeah, but Tony, the problem is with Chelsea. Tony, the problem is with Chelsea is it was self-inflicted. But see, here's the thing. Again, I hate to keep beating this door down, but here's the problem with the Chelsea thing compared to us. Chelsea admitted it. That's why they're being given leeway and why their thing is suspended.
Really?
They gave it up. Yes, that's what. If you read the fine print of what happened when Todd Bowley bought Chelsea. He told them, listen, this is what was going on before I was the owner. This is still within this 10-year run back of looking over their books. And they came clean about it with FFP to why they got a slap on the wrist for everything. That's all it is with Chelsea. That's why they got a slap on the wrist. The 115 for City, bro, at this point, I don't even think they're going to get hit for it. I don't know how, because let's all be honest here about something. If we fucked around, the tax man's at our door the next fucking day. We all know this. So why this is getting dragged on for 2 years if we know the tax man's the only man that is undefeated. Father Time and the tax man's the only two that are undefeated. So if the tax man's undefeated, why is it taking this long to go over something? It's all bullshit with that. The reason why I bring it up with Arsenal is because the problem is you got so much dead wood at this team that's the only thing that could potentially be what's holding us back. Because like you said, Tony, nothing else makes sense on this. Again, nothing. If you know right now, like I said, you got 200 million if you got 200 million in the bag from winning the Premier League, that 200 million pounds covers both these transfers of Vinny and Bruno. So what the fuck are we doing dragging our feet for it if there's no FFP problems? That's the only reason why I bring it up, because it doesn't make any sense to why we're dragging our feet.
Yes.
So, but to go back to your question, I'm hopeful Bruno gets done by this week.
I mean,
but if Bruno doesn't get done by this week, then I don't know what to tell. I don't know what we're going to say here for this. The only thing I'm going to say this: I do not want this to be a typical Arsenal window where we want somebody, we miss out, and we don't have a backup plan to get somebody else other than Bruno, and then we just go into this new season with the only new signing is Solis. I'm not trying to hear none of that bullshit again.
I ain't hearing that either.
We're Premier League, like Tony said, we're Premier League champions. Start moving like fucking champions, or don't try to go back and win again. That's the only thing you can do. So that's my answer on that.
Anyway, I've got right. Let's move on to Vinny now, yeah, because we've kind of like spoken about Bruno quite a lot. There was this Vinny thing is just messed up, man. There was talk of Rock Nation getting involved and talking about. They came out with saying, "Oh, all these people talking fraudulent and stuff like that. You need to stop this." There was talk of Vinny's agreed personal terms and stuff like that. And today we've seen Vinny smiling with Mourinho. We've seen Vinny training with Real Madrid today. What is going on with Vinny, man? Is he playing us right now, or is there still, I don't know, is there still maybe a little chance that we can get him?
With this Vinicius Junior thing, let's get something right. Vinny wants to stay at Real Madrid. Let's get it right. Let's don't lie and dilly-dally about this. This is the truth. He loves Real Madrid. He's a Madrid star. He wants to stay there. They brought him to the football club at a young, tender age. It's what he knows. He's grown into that team. The DNA has slowly grown into Vinicius Junior in that team that we Arsenal fans just think it's so easy to rip him apart from a club he's grown with. He's won 2 Champions League with this setup. He's won the Copa del Rey. He's won the La Liga. It is in his DNA, So it's not just a football club for him. It's part of his life. However, the only thing that can separate anyone from family, whatever, is that money. When anyone fucks up with your money, family or not, bro, you're gonna get the heat. So that is where Arsenal fans don't get this twisted. Vinicius doesn't love Arsenal. That people, let's get this correctly. Arsenal is not the golden goose here, bro. Yeah, it's all about finances, money, and power. And again, I've even looked straight into that contract that Real Madrid is actually trying to offer Vinicius Junior, and I've seen it's not even a pay issue though. It's more about ascending into a certain degree of power that Vinicius Junior is actually looking at. He's looking at it like, he's looking at it like, you know what? Yeah, I've given my best time to this football club. Yet we have Kylian Mbappe, who has just walked straight into this first 11, walked straight into this team, wields unknown, unshakable powers, is now one of the untouchables in that Real Madrid team, in such a short time. And again, so much money, it's being thrown at Kylian Mbappe right now. He wants to be at par, and in fact, not just at par, he wants to earn clearly higher than what Kylian Mbappe is actually earning. He wants to also know, because these are the terms he's putting up for Real Madrid. He wants to also be in the shout of Real Madrid in terms of when they are bringing in attacking reinforcements. He wants a say on who Real Madrid brings in attacking positions, mostly they are positions that affect him as a player. He wants that embedded into his new contract. He also wants his full pay that he gets in image rights, because for some reason Real Madrid has been making so much money with its image rights that is, you know what? I want my right to money. In fact, you know what? Because I love the football club. You can take 20. Give me 80. It's my right. Yeah. I want it. Yeah. And Real Madrid is saying, you know what? Yeah. We respect you for what you've done. That's why I'm putting up this deal for you. But take it or leave it. We're not going above this. Now, that is where the problem is. It's not about the love for the club. He loves the club, yeah, and he will be willing to actually cut down on some of these things. But he wants to know that he is also the man, and he's still the man in the football club. And that's what Real Madrid is not trying to offer him. Real Madrid doesn't want any player to actually feel that they are bigger than the football club. And that's what Florentino Perez would actually live and die by, with it. So that opens up the ground for Arsenal to enter into this. Do I still think that Arsenal will get Vinny? People, to be very sincere with you, I'm thinking that Vinicius Jr. is trying to use this Arsenal links to kind of like strong Real Madrid into giving him a more beneficial deal that would suit all parties. I think he loves Real Madrid. I think he wants to stay at Real Madrid. He walked up into training today having giggles. I mean, see, people, I've been into this transfer stuff. I've seen a lot of things go down. When players are unhappy with the football club and don't want to play with the football club at all, they don't walk straight in to the preseason and in all smiles and giggles. But with the manager who was also part of, had a part to play in the racism storm that he was in, and to see him smile with that same manager in training today in the early hours of this morning, smiling and giggling with Jose Mourinho, playing around with all other Real Madrid teammates. Bro, this man loves that football club. He wants to stay there. Arsenal should be very, very careful in the way that we are saying that we are going to cater for everything. We're going to pay him. We're going to give him all this astronomical amounts of money. The other day I heard that Mikel Arteta has made a promise to build a team around Vinicius Jr. This might be lies from the pit of hell. It might be just journalists doing their thing, people. Because, Vinicius Jr. walks into that contract talk with Real Madrid this week armed with serious buzz about the English champions, ready to pay for everything, including his own image rights with these companies he's been frolicking with over the years, with Real Madrid. And I'm sorry, he's using it as a propeller to actually strong arm Real Madrid in getting a more beneficial deal. I don't know where you're at with this, Gianni, but if we get him, good. But at this point now, I think the dopamine levels in me has already, subsided with this one.
Yep, agreed. And on top of it, again, it just goes with the exact same thing with the Bruno G deal. If you have the money, just spend it. Why are we still testing the waters, seeing this? Just get the deal done. Like the thing with Vinny, I agree with you 100%. Vinny is using us to stay at Real Madrid. Let's all be honest here. Vinny wants to go down as a Real Madrid great. He wants to go down as one of the best players to ever play, to put on that kit. I don't think he wants to leave Real Madrid at all. Now, the thing with the imaging rights, Spain and Italy are very weird with that because normally the clubs own majority of your image rights. That's put in your contract that happens. I know for a fact, like with Napoli, that's one of the biggest problems with Napoli when we try to buy players is Napoli has to own at least 80% of your image rights. That's the going rate with Napoli because it's adding more income into the team. Listen, I said last week, I said I was 50% on Vinny this week. And like what Tony was just saying, him popping up, even with everything that went on between him and Jose Mourinho, him popping up at training and laughing with Jose and everything else, I think that's a bad sign that Vinny is using Arsenal to get this new contract deal over the line. And listen, I think all of us being fans, if that's already in our mind that Vinny's using us, that should be in the mind of the ownership and everybody to deal with transfers to move on and start looking for a different left winger. Because again, we should not be leaving ourselves wide open if he's just going to use us for a contract thing. And to be honest with you,
what's your percentage now then? Because I said 5% from the get-go.
I'm down to 15. But what I would do if I was Berta is walk away from this deal and see how it plays out with just Vinny and Real Madrid. Because if Real Madrid's going to say take it or leave it, and Vinny still wants to negotiate, but we've walked away, now it makes Vinny look bad to us as far as, well, like, dude, we're not hanging around. You better make up your freaking mind or you're stuck with what you're dealing with. Now, the only other thing, and this would be very difficult to pull off because there's going to be a lot of other teams that would be in for him, is either then you make a deal with Vinny and say, listen, we'll give you exactly what you want, but you got to come next year on a free transfer if you're not going to re-sign with Real Madrid.
But also, let me stop you there as well. There was talk that Arsenal weren't just interested in Vinny. There was another player as well involved that we were interested in as well. Who's the other player? It's not Rodrigo.
Was it Brahim Diaz? Because he's the only other one that I know that they've openly said he's on the market.
Who's the other Brazilian guy they got?
See, guys, I'm shocked that we're out here dilly-dallying about this. Look no further. Chelsea Football Club. Arsenal linked this morning with an £86 million bid for João Pedro. People, come see. People,
what?
People, you all know. Yeah, when it comes to Chelsea, Arsenal have an affinity. Yeah, we want to go kiss them.
At least, hey, Tony. At least it wasn't Garnacho, right? At least it wasn't Garnacho.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Arsenal linked this morning with yet another Chelsea transfer, people. And you can take this with a pinch of salt, no problem. But people, we all know, we've seen this before. Arsenal have a penchant for going to Chelsea and taking their bombs and scrubs. I'm not saying that João Pedro is a scrub in any way, but
no,
we
he's
all
a
know
good player,
that
but
these
not
Americans.
with that.
I mean, we all know these Americans move different in England, bro. I mean, they're out here saving their asses and doing a lot of stuff, a lot of weird things here. I mean, if you thought that the Epstein files and the Illuminati and all these things were all if you thought these were all weird stuff, people, I mean, look no further. What is Arsenal going to Chelsea to do? Yet again, another transfer window, another Chelsea link again. Another Chelsea player. It is, and people, you know what? Yeah, Arsenal is one of the two teams ready. But people, I heard the money is ready, like ready to go. This is no stories. Ready to go. And people, rather than bringing Vinny, I'm even thinking that Arsenal have even probably spoken to João Pedro to come to Arsenal, and that story will start developing in the next few days. You will see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man!
But here's Tony. But to what you're saying, right? What is it? Did we just become Chelsea's fucking retirement home? Why are we taking these dog shit players and putting them on bigger money at Arsenal? Why the fuck are we even looking at this damn team? This ain't Chelsea from 10 years ago. If this was Chelsea during Roman Abramovich, to a certain point, I really wouldn't care if we were buying players from Chelsea because they actually had good players in that period. This new period with Bowley, what the fuck we doing wasting our time with this team?
I'll tell you something, yeah, and you're not going to laugh at me, yeah, but if we weren't going for Vinny, I know it's a long shot, I know it's a youngster, but I would have went for that Götze guy, just for the tickets, just for getting people bums off their seats. Yeah,
the kid from Ajax?
Just for the excitement. But what is the plan B after Vinny, though? Because we've spoken about this again, and you lot saying Rashford. I don't think.
No, I do not want if Rashford shows up to this club, bro. If Rashford shows up in an Arsenal jersey,
should we be going for all these kids? Should we be going?
If Rashford shows up,
this is the thing.
After Vinny, who's next after Vinny?
Bro, should we be going for all these kids and all these would-be's? I mean, we've been through this journey before. Bros, we've been through this journey before. We can't be going into the market for all this. Bro, I call all of them bums. They're all bums. Go and get us big-time players, bro. Yeah,
who else
all these experiments and all these bums, clowns. I don't need them. We already have them in our team already. Yeah, the Jesus, all this clown, bro. We don't need all honest, people, what we need are seasoned players that will take Arsenal to that next level. And again, that's why I'm happy that we're in the shout for the Bruno G's, for the Vinicius Jr. It's a good place to start. But in as much as you're going for these players and you've made it like, oh, okay, we're going for the big time players in the business, then keep it at that high level. Let's not go down and suck up to all these little kids and all these average bums and try to bring them to our club. We're English champions. Let's walk with them in form of pride and dignity and integrity while we're moving in the transfer window. Bro, we can't be, we can't be going down to that level. You know, going and getting whiz kids and putting them. Bro, how about this? Yeah, how about this? It's because people, how about this? Max Doman. People, see, how about Max Doman? How about making this guy the mainstay in our team? Putting him in that first 11, people. See, people, yeah. I mean, when you were seeing Max Doman, yeah, do what he's doing, yeah, to grown men in that game against Girona. People, come on, man. It's time we now start. People, we have to now have a conversation because this is a problem. People, in the 1960s and 1970s in the United States of America, there was something called the Italian mafia running the stuff down there in New York. Yeah. When there was a problem, the crime families came together and said, you know what, yeah, we have a goddamn problem. Let's actually have conversation about this. Let's know what to do. Yeah. And they hit the target. And I mean, all the enemies, I mean, without seeing coffins, being pulled out from everywhere, people, I'm not trying to justify anything, but what I'm trying to say is when there's a problem, people, you have to talk about it. Max Doman. I would even prefer Max Doman to be in that position rather than going to bring in all these clowns from all these football clubs.
Exactly.
Provided you're going to use him. But we have a manager who still doesn't believe in him. If Kubrasi, Pedri, and all these other youths here in Spain are doing these things and winning the World Cup and becoming the best young player in the World Cup, why can't we have our own player in Max Doman be that guy? Accelerate him. Trust in the kid. Trust him. But we have a manager that somehow doesn't trust this player and would say, hey, we have to protect him for another season again. And I mean, bro, it's better than all these clowns will go get in and reach out.
Tony, to your point, look at the same situation with City with Phil Foden. We could say whatever he wanted. We could say whatever we want about Foden the last year as far as form and everything else, right? But Foden was brought up as a young kid and Pep Guardiola gave him time to mature to become a good player. Why can't we, exactly to your point, Marcus Rashford, if we sign him, walks in, he is our highest paid player if we're paying him more money from what he's getting at United. Right now, if we buy Marcus Rashford walks in tied with Saka as the highest paid player at Arsenal. Marcus Rashford, here to tell everybody, he don't deserve no 300,000 pounds a fucking week. That was 4 years ago.
No.
He ain't been worth that fucking contract for shit since. He had that one good year under Ole, and he's been dog shit since. He had an okay year with Barcelona because it's a high-powered offense under Hansi Flick over there, right? Exactly what Tony said. Throw the fucking young kid out there. Take a chance. Look at all these other teams that have taken chances on kids when they were young, and look what they turned into. We just talked about him, Vinny. Look at Real Madrid. Took a chance on Vinny Jr. for how long now? He's been there for 10 years. They got him when he was 16. And now look at the fucking guy. Yeah. So why can't we do the same goddamn thing with Dalman? I'd rather keep Dalman, give him a bigger contract. Nothing crazy, but give him a bigger contract, make him a mainstay, and let's go. Let's see what happens. That's an internal solution to look at, not, oh, we can't get Vinny Jr., so let's just throw money down the well again and fuck up, and let's pay $30 million for Marcus Rashford. For what? For what? Another waste of space on this fucking team with stupid money? For what? No fucking chance I'm getting him.
What about, okay. Real Madrid by Diomande. He can play on the left as well. There's that little player Rodrigo who's coming back from an ACL. Would you take Rodrigo?
I would have to see how he comes back from injury. because I don't want to spend big money on a player who just had a massive injury and we've wasted this money.
Cheap,
and now
he should be cheap.
He should be, but I'm still waiting till next year before I take a jump at that. I want to see how it plays out with the injury.
I have a problem with that Rodrigo signing if we're thinking of going back for Rodrigo. You know why? I don't think Rodrigo wants to play for Arsenal. We have been, yes, of course.
You think it's the same thing like with Vinny because it's Real?
Wow.
Vinny is a different one. Vinny is a different one. He's an icon. He's a different kind of guy.
Right, but I'm saying like what you said before. It's Real Madrid as opposed
to exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big market opportunity. And when you see a big market opportunity for icons like that could come into your team and not just play for the team, but you know what you're getting with Vinny. It completely transforms everything. Rodrigo is quite a different one anyway. He's had mixed seasons with Real Madrid over the years. The injury came, not his fault, no problem. But mind you, this is where I have a problem with. I have a problem with going for players who have outrightly turned down the chance to actually come and don the shirt of Arsenal. Mind you, for three transfer windows, Arsenal have consistently been linked with Rodrigo. What has happened in all of them? Arsenal have shown complete big interest in Rodrigo. We've not gone to Real Madrid to knock on that door officially because Arsenal like tying up the loose ends and tying up their deals and negotiations based on the fulcrum of actually having personal discussions with the player themselves before they show up to the doors of the football club. So this is what has happened. In all those transfer windows, Arsenal have sounded out Rodrigo for a transfer. And at every turn, even when he was good enough to play, not injured, without the ACL injury, he has turned down that chance of donning that Arsenal shirt. He's told Arsenal no. That's why Arsenal have never slapped in an official bid for Rodrigo at any of those times we are linked to this player officially to Real Madrid's doors. It's because the player have told his agent, I don't like Arsenal. I don't want to play in England. I don't like England. I don't like Arsenal. I love Real Madrid. I'm a Madridista to the core, and that's why he's still playing.
But he's going to get pushed off.
Real Madrid till today. So I don't want to be in the shout where I'll have to go and start asking or demanding for a player who doesn't want to come here in the first place. We've seen players gone down the drain while coming here just to get the payday from bigger clubs. We've seen Mesut Ozil. He never wanted to be here. It's not like he disliked Arsenal, but they didn't want to come here. His heart was not set in stone to play in this place. And we've seen how that affects players. I don't want Rodrigo to be another victim of Arsenal's negligence.
But then Tony,
so,
now, yeah?
I mean,
this puts the question of this, but then Tony, now, this makes the question now even more a question in terms of like Arsenal. Do they have Paul? Now, you can't say we have Paul yet because Vinny's not with us yet. Do we have the Paul that we think we have, or do we still need to win a few things to get that proper Paul for
No, we have Paul. We have Paul. That whole question, if does Arsenal have Paul, is bullshit. First of all, you're in the highest paid league in the world. So number one, financially, you already have Paul because you have more money than majority of the other teams, number one. Number two, we still are the third biggest team in England. We still are, right? We still are. What we talked about earlier with the Bruno G situation is what's shooting Arsenal in the foot. If Arsenal was more proactive of getting transfers over the line, like we've seen Chelsea, like we've seen Man City over the years, whether we like the situations that they've been linked to or not is neither here nor there. When they want a player, they pull the trigger and get the fucking business done and be done with it. They don't let shit linger on and everything else. We have pull. The problem is
we're very particular with players, bro. We're very particular of who we want.
But again, that's part of the business when you go after players to fit the manager system. You have to have particular players. But again, we've seen this throughout history. Arsenal's been linked with Julian Draxler. Arsenal's been linked with Karim Benzema. Arsenal's been linked with this guy, with this guy, with this guy, with this guy. And what was always the case? We never sent an official bid. We just sat around, twiddled our fucking thumbs, said a bunch of if, buts, and maybes, and the guy doesn't come. And then we wonder, do we really? Do we really have pull? We have pull. The problem is we don't act. We're too late to the party a lot of the times when we go after those players. So this whole question, does Arsenal have pull? You're telling me right now, if you go to some kid and say, listen, Arsenal's coming in for you right now. The other clubs that are interested in you might have to figure it out, but Arsenal can pay you, and Arsenal can pay you more money than what they're going to. You're going to Arsenal. There's no question about that. Again, the problem is we don't fucking act. That's it. That's the whole problem is we don't act. You can't tell me if you switch our situation with Manchester City right now, if Manchester City would have won last year and they knew that coming into this that Bernardo Silva and Rodri are leaving, look how fast they got the Elliot Anderson deal over the line at the beginning. They didn't act. They didn't put out all these stupid fucking social media shit talking about, we've sent a bid. We're preparing to send a bid. It's agreed upon all levels. They just said, you know what? That asshole at Nottingham Forest wants 100-something million. Cool. Pay it. Get the deal done. We don't do that.
Pay it.
That's our problem.
Pay it. Bro, the way on bro, Johnny said it all. There's no way you can plug holes with what he said. Bro, these football clubs, they move in a different way. And again, rightfully so, Johnny. I completely agree with you. It's not about Arsenal. Bro, that thing about pool, forget about it. It's not about any pool. It's about the money. How we conduct ourselves in this market. Yeah? Bro, look at Chelsea, bro. Yeah? They wanted the Morgan deal done. Bro, just go to the football club. Hey, we want this player. Yeah? Let's get it done. Yeah?
Yes.
Bro, I was with Dio. I was with Dio a couple of hours ago. Yeah? And he was saying, these deals are complicated. This, that. Arsenal have to see the accountants. I mean, we have to track the accountants who, who are in the USA or who are having a trip, in the Barbados or whatever. We have to track these guys down. We have to talk to them. Bro, Chelsea did not have to go talk to accountants, janitors. Bro, they did not have to go meet with cooks. Wags. They did not have to. Bro, what is all this nonsense?
Bro, if Arsenal didn't have any pull,
nonsense I'm hearing about.
Exactly.
Bro,
if we didn't have any pull, why did we get Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil?
Bankers, track janitors, and bro, come on, man, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Chelsea did not have to have a meeting with janitors, accountants, and all this other bullshit, bro, to get a deal done.
And plus, the other thing too, that if you actually know business, business is done 24 hours a day.
Talk to janitors, accountants about moving Tonali out of Newcastle. It's got the deal done. Barcelona, quick, even before the World Cup. So all these theories about because of the World Cup, we have to wait. Bro, it's lies. It's not true. Because Barcelona did that deal even before the World Cup. It's all bullshit. If you have the money and you have a way and style of doing business, and your style of business is very straightforward, you get the signings you want. And that's why people like Chelsea can get any kind of deal, whether high-profile deals like Morgan Roaches or even the cockroaches like the Welbecks. They do every deal. Bro, it's the same way.
Henderson.
The same way they do it. Bro, the same. No dilly-dally. We want you. Do you want to come? Yes, I want to come. Good. Pay the money and be on your way. Bro, did you hear anything about add-ons with Morgan Roaches deal? No, bro, let's be truthful because these people are trying to make us feel like we're unintelligent, bro. Yeah? Did you hear anything about add-ons with the Morgan Roaches deal? No. Did we hear any dilly-dallying and add-on to anything with Lacroix signing? No. Did we hear any transfer, shake-ups with that deal that took Tonali from Newcastle to Tottenham? Bro, nothing. That was a silent deal. Quick. Immediately, Tottenham said, we want this player. It's done. And you know what, if we're still sitting on this thing, just take a look at what Tottenham have just started out this morning. They've sounded out Galatasaray for a £65 million signing of Victor Osimhen. People, it is what it is. And with the way the Zerbi is now running in that, man is running wild and free. People, that deal could be done in the next 7 days.
I know you don't want to. I know we want to joke about Tottenham all the time, but sorry, they're doing serious business right now, and
they have to though.
They have to.
They have to though.
They're making good signings.
They're making decent signings, but again, well, if they get Victor Osimhen, that's a very good signing, and Tonali's a good signing. I'm not sold on that Fernandez kid. 2 straight years back-to-back on relegation teams. I'm not sold on him.
Henk's is good, though. Is it Henkes or Henk's the...
Van Heck? He's decent.
Van Heck is a great player.
But like Tony said,
signing.
Yeah, but like what Tony said, just put the fucking money on the table and be done. We have pull. If we didn't have pull, how did you get Mesut Ozil from Real Madrid to come to Arsenal? If we didn't have pull, how'd you get Alexis Sanchez to leave fucking Barcelona? Like, what are we doing here, man? Did people forget this team gets good players? We've always been able to do that. The problem is that we always fucking do a big circle jerk with everybody in the upper management that always want to find bullshit to stall us getting the players that we have. Here, if we could do a whole 2-hour stream on players we should have had that never came.
Not today.
No, not today. But I'm saying, but I'm saying, if we were going to be honest and we talk about how Arsenal moves, we could do a 2-hour segment at least on all the players that we've missed, because it's the same shit every year. Oh, everybody boardroom level down to the training ground have to agree on a player. What the fuck you talking about? If the manager says yes, if the sporting director said yes, and the owner said pay the fucking money and be done. Wenger was the manager. Bullshit, bro. It wasn't just Wenger, because here, if we're going to go down that route, how did he still have pulled with 9 years of no winning trophies, bro? It's Arsenal. We're still an institution of football here. We're still the 3rd biggest team in England. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. We're the 3rd biggest team in England in the market that is the biggest market in the world right now, especially when it comes to finances. And like Tony said, the finances is the end-all be-all at the end of the day, whether anybody likes it or not. We can afford to pay players much more than 98.5% of the rest of the world. So there's all the pull you fucking need.
Anyway, let's move on to the last section. We've got a friendly coming up, Real Betis on Wednesday.
No, Waffledon, we're not doing this. Waffledon,
What do you mean we're not doing this?
You can't put us on the spot.
We've got 10 minutes
and you are not going to be on the spot. You have to be on the spot too. What do you think about all of this too? Because, I mean, for some reason, you've kept your integrity safe while me and Gianni have put our integrity on the line. How about your own integrity? Put it on the line. What do you think about what's going on? Because at the end of the day, me and Gianni's faces are the ones that are going to be clipped up. Yeah, they said this. What about you? What are you saying, my brother, bro?
You know what
do you think?
What was the question
going on?
Tell me what the question was.
Bro, they said, you asked the question.
What was the question?
I'm not asking the question here. So how about you answer those questions too about
what was the
about
question?
what's going on
about if we have polls?
Why we've not been able to bring in Bruno G? What options do we have right here? Put yourself in the same spot that me and Gianni have put ourselves in.
Okay. So
because I also want to clip
came onto the show, I
want to get clips of you saying some other things too.
Before you came onto the show, I did speak a lot on Arsenal and the transfers already. So I just want to clarify that.
Anyway, don't do it dirty like this, man.
I did say no. You lot disagreed with me when I said about if we don't get a Vinny, I would love to have a superstar, but I can't think of any superstars apart from Vinny. When you go for someone like Vinny, who's next? Who is next under Vinny? No one's talking about Kvaratskhelia. We're not going for him. He's not going anywhere. Who is the next best thing on that left-hand side? I get confused. So now I'm looking at the youngsters now, the young, and yes, you don't want to go down this route, but I want to take that risk. And you can click me up. That was the risk I would take. If this kid is good enough for PSG, then he's definitely good enough for us. But then the argument is we've got Dalman as well. But do you want to play Dalman on the left-hand side? Or do you want to play him on the right? How do you want to do this? Do you know what I'm saying? So in terms of who the next best thing is after Vinny, I'm scratching my head. I am absolutely, because I don't want Diamandi just because he's 100 million. I don't want him. I don't rate him like other people do. But when you look at the teams that are in for him, maybe my judgment is flawed. but I just don't like the style of player he is. But maybe he's going to be the next best thing after Vinny. I don't know. I don't want Rodrigo. For the arguments that you made earlier, that he doesn't want us. Also, as well, due to his injuries. Bruno has always been the most important player that I've always spoken about. He's the one that I'm most excited about and most integral to the team, because I think when he comes into the team, it's instant leadership. It's not just about him being a great player. He brings leadership into the team. Yeah. So in that midfield, you'll have Skelly looking up to him. Even Rice will be looking up to him. That is a world-class midfield with all those midfielders, yeah, that teams will be finding it difficult to play against us. Cities, the Liverpools, the Chelseas, already Chelsea are talking about having a better midfield than us. You know, these Chelsea fans, they get on my nerves. We've got a better midfield than us. Well, what happened to Sunderland? What happened to Sunderland last season? They beat you twice, home and away. Was their midfield better than yours? This is what I'm talking about, yeah? We have a settled midfield. The left side is the one I want. But my 5% in Vinny, I don't believe it's happening. I don't believe it's happening. I'm not going to do the gas thing like other fans in this fan base. Oh, we're getting him. Oh, he's wearing red in training. I'm not doing none of that. I'm 50 years old. I'm 5-0, yeah? I don't do all this girly gas rubbish no more.
But wait, Waffle done. Again, we've got into a crescendo, yeah, where we have to also look internally into what we have now, because me and Gianni said, yeah, we're over this. I mean, this wool has been pulled over our eyes about this Vinicius thing. We're not looking at it now for what it really is, yeah. And this is a hostile propeller for him getting a big deal at Real Madrid. This is the truth, yeah. But again, any other Arsenal fan can think differently. Yeah, I believe we can bring him in, but I'm still thinking he loves Real Madrid and is putting them first in these conversations in his contract. Yeah, but the Waffle Don and Gianni, look into this. Yeah, I'm not trying to, over propel a player or actually just go over my head and push a player into that iconic position. But people, show this. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh,
I saw Showless play against Girona. Yeah, people, that's not a yardstick. Yeah, but I'm looking at what he did at Dusseldorf. Yeah, went to a Club Brugge. Yeah, getting all those goals and GA, he's done. Pulled the madness down there in Belgium, and slightly before he went to Belgium at Dusseldorf, scoring up to 20 goals. And I looked at him in that game against Girona. Calm, cool, collected, amazing player. Yeah, even under pressure, physically ready. I think is physically ready because that matchup was a very physical matchup. Girona players, tall, big, strong, beastly looking. They were pushing, hacking off Arsenal players. And this guy found his own space to do his thing. And again, people, you could look at Trossard, yeah, as a guy who likes to paint pictures. He could be this monumental guy that likes art or something like that. He wants to go in and dress the ball a few more touches, make it more cool looking. He wants to look like the Nas of the world. But I'm looking at Showless and how he's playing, and I think Showless is too hot. He doesn't care. He wants to just gunsling and fuck up with the cops. That's what I think. Man is moving straight ahead. He doesn't want to dilly-dally. He doesn't want to take all those extra touches here and there. Man just wants to get the ball, move, just cut in a little bit. Bam! Hits the ball. Bam! Bro, top corner. Yeah. That's what I saw yesterday. People, I know we're wrapped up in this Vinny talk right now, but Showless, do you guys think that if this Vinny thing is all smoke and mirrors, yeah, do you think this Solis guy that we have is something we have to respect right now and give him the confidence that he needs right now and could potentially help us in retaining this title, bro?
Okay, so yeah, we're going to end on this topic. Okay, so I spoke about this with Johnny earlier about Solis. I like what I see in this player. He's direct. He's not particularly a crazy dribbler, but he knows how to get round players. Yeah, he's very direct. He's deceptively quick. You know, people say he's not that fast, but he's deceptively quick. And he's intelligent enough he's not a head down merchant. He knows he can go inside, he can go outside. This guy, yeah, I need to see more of him, but I think we have a player on our books.
Big point.
We have a good player on our book. And as long as he keeps Martinelli on the bench, then we've got a good player. What do you think, G?
Yeah, like I said, I said earlier, Solis.
Yeah,
Solis is the typical winger that I saw at Napoli that Michele signs. This has got Michele written all over it with the profile of player that Solis is. He plays very similar to Lorenzo Insigne, to Dries Mertens, to Jose Callejon, Chucky Lozano, all the guys that I saw at Napoli. This fits the same standard of technically good and direct winger that's going to score goals and get assists. It's the same profile of players. So I want Solis to succeed. I just think that to go back to back, we do need to get another winger. I like Solis to be one of the options, but the one that I'm wary about is Martinelli. That's the only reason why I would still like to go into the market and go get another winger, because I'm still a little, I don't know with Martinelli. He was good in Champions League, but Premier League is where we need our bread and butter, and that's what worries me with that. But Solis did look good. Listen, coming into the season, if a signing isn't made, Solis has to be the starter for me. I'd rather throw him in right to the Wolves and go, because I do, like Tony said,
Dan Martinelli.
Yes.
Dan Martinelli.
Over Martinelli, yes. Yes. Martinelli has done nothing for me other than to still be a bench warmer.
One goal last season in the Premier League.
Exactly. That's exactly my point to why I'd rather throw Solis and see what happens.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that cuts deep, bro.
Let's answer this last question. Yeah, each one of us go around the table and answer this one question from the assemble, and then we're gonna call it. Yeah, because I did say we're capping at 1:30. Yeah. What do you think of our chances of retaining the title as it presently is? Any one of you can go first, and then I'll go last.
Without Bruno Guimaraes, I'm 50-50. If we sign Bruno Guimaraes, I'm confident that we can go back to back when you look at the landscape of the rest of the Premier League. But if we don't get Bruno, I don't know. It's 50-50.
Why are you saying, though, if we don't get Bruno? We've been in for Bruno for so long. Why is the confidence not there? This is Gianni, yeah? I'm
just worried about how, again, haggling over a little bit of money sounds stupid to me, but there may be a bigger problem. That's the only reason why I'm saying
What do you think that problem is?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe the Cronkies want to be cheap this year. Who knows? Who knows what the hell it is? Again, we went over it. If you got 200 million extra added to what you're normally being used for, why are we even messing around with this? Just get the damn business done. But if we don't get Bruno, I'm a little worried, because again, like I said, I think we all agreed on the last show, Rice needs to sit at least the first 3 games coming into this season, because like Tony alluded to, the amount of minutes he's racked up, he needs to do some resting. And he
needs to be told to rest as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But here, if Rice goes down with an injury, and let's say it's 2-3 months, how confident are you in that midfield to say that Zubamendi's the number 6 and we don't know what we're doing with the number 8? We're just going to fling it. If you're telling me we're walking into the season for 6-7 games because Rice is hurt, you're telling me that the midfield's going to be Miles Lewis-Skelly, Zubamendi, and Odegaard. That doesn't convince me that we're going to be on that type of time right now. So that's the reason why, for me, it's down to the Bruno G deal.
We don't care about resale value.
Don't care, bro. Fuck the resale value.
Don't care about resale value. No.
He's
one of the best of players who will come in and help us win a title.
Yes. We're trying to win trophies. We don't give a shit about resale value.
And again, this is the kind of thing that I don't want us to have resale value. Just bring us players that want to win titles, bro. Win the championship, bro. That's what we want. Win titles, bro. Yeah. Let's suddenly break those chains. holding us over
when have
the years.
we been good at selling players anyway? When have we been good at selling players anyway?
Exactly. So
Exactly.
Exactly. Should be this big time selling club. We've never been in the whole of our bro. Do you still know the highest sale of a player we've done?
Is Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Nah, can't be Oxlade.
It is Oxlade.
Gianni, did you need to do us dirty like that by calling his name? Did you need to do us dirty?
Wasn't it Cindy, bro? What's his name? Balogun.
Balogun was less than him.
That's the name.
We sold Balogun.
Exactly,
we sold Balogun and Emil Smith Rowe for less money than what we did with Ox. I think Tony, am I right saying that it's Ox?
We've never been at that top echelon of a selling club.
Yeah, I think our top three sales the last few years are those three. Our top three sales were those three. Because look, we didn't sell when we sold Vieira to Juve. Was that free? Did he end up leaving on a free to go to Juve when he left Arsenal, or did we sell him for dog cheap money? Because I'm forgetting with Vieira
on a free.
He left on a free, but that's what I'm okay. So he left on a free. You're talking Oxlade-Chamberlain, Emil Smith Rowe, and Balogun are your three sales. And Nketiah sold for little money. The only reason why it was good to get rid of him was because Arteta thought it was brilliant to put Eddie Nketiah on over 100 pounds a week, 100,000 pounds a week when we signed him for that contract, like an idiot. That's why I'm saying it's like you can't. Yeah, you can't. Who cares? I'd rather get Bruno G at 29 and in 4 years he's going, you know what? Thank you, Arsenal. I'm going to go return to Brazil on a free, but we've won 2 more Premier League trophies, hopefully a fucking Champions League trophy, and fucking a couple of Cups and League Cups. Yeah, I don't care. At 29, you're buying that player to get you over the line for several years, and you send him on his happy-ass way when he's done. It don't even matter because, again, for the old saying, for people who don't know, you got to spend money to make money. You're gonna make money winning fucking trophies. Exactly. You're gonna get all your fucking money that you think is your sell on or what you want to resell for by winning trophies. That's why you just slap the money down and go get the guy.
Tony.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up,
beautifully said. Johnny, I should tell you, beautifully said, bro. I completely agree with everything you said, bro. Completely agree, bro.
Definitely.
Bro, if me and
I don't like this agreeing. You two agreeing with each other too much.
No, but I agree. It's
like it.
No. See, Waffle done. You know me, I'm your brother. All these years we've been brothers for about 4 years now. Yeah, you know it. I'll tell you the truth every time. You know I'm the kind of guy that tries in chaos. I like chaotic situations. Yeah. So there's nothing stopping me from having, a chaotic bout with my brother here, Gianni. Bro, it's true because at the end of the day, bro, it's the fact and the truth we're going for. You can't fault anything Gianni said today. It's true. It's true. All these things are smokes and mirrors. It's all lies. So, but again, it is what it is. See, people, I think we'll retain the title, not based on the players or whatnot. It's because I think we have only one Premier League winning manager in this league, and it's for a reason. Yeah. We're champions right now. We're playing with the same, opposition last season. Mm-hmm. They didn't really give us a big fight for our money. I'm talking of the Liverpools. I'm talking of the Chelseas. I mean, nothing really. And do I even really respect their managers? The answer is no, I don't. Wow. Alonso still needs to prove to me. Yeah. Alonso, really? Are we doing this? A manager who was sacked from Real Madrid, bro, for being out of place. Really? You won the German Bundesliga at a time when Bayern Munich decided to take a break. Come on, bro. Let's don't do that. He still needs to come into this league and show us that, bro. No, seriously. Are you seeing the kind of players that Chelsea buy Morgan are signing, bro?
Look at it with that.
The signing ancestors, bro. The signing ancestors. Chelsea went out there to bring in Jordan Henderson. Bro, Henderson. An ancestral spirit.
He said ancestors. That's awesome.
No, you guys are fucking with me, bro. You guys are fucking with me. Really, seriously, I was doing this. You go in to bring in an ancestral spirit like Henderson, and you think you're gonna win the league, bro? Come on, bro. Don't slap me in the face. You're out there bringing in Welbeck, really, bro. If me and you, bro, no, seriously, yeah, Waffle, no, seriously, yeah. If I tell you that we are going to bring in Henderson, yeah, and Welbeck, wouldn't you be slapping me right now? Wouldn't you disown me as, bro? Wouldn't you disown me live on air?
We would be treating the fuck out of Arsenal.
Yeah, if we're in the chat for all this kind of dumb
players, I love Welbeck though. You know, I do love Welbeck though.
Just bringing in, we're not going to be smiling down here. So it is what it is. I don't think this football clubs have the mettle, have the personnel to actually go head to head with what Arsenal have got. The only thing I'm scared of is if we don't replenish what we have right now with the Bruno G's and these people that we're talking about right now, there is a big problem. It's not about winning. It's not the winning thing. It's about how we manage the injuries going into the season, bro.
Facts.
The Declan Rice, the Bukayo Saka, who just had a very, bro, rough. We woke up to
Saliba.
We have got players like Saliba, who is also injured, bro. That's where the big problem is, bro. Don't forget that Gabriel Magalhaes also was at the World Cup. He hasn't rested too after a very busy season, playing all this astronomical number of games for Arsenal, but in the Champions League, Premier League, and all these other competitions, bro. So it is what it is. It's how Arsenal go into the season managing these injuries that will crop up. Yeah, and again, I still do think that these teams don't have a cure for Arsenal's set piece prowess, bro. It's still a big problem. I've not seen defensive reinforcement being brought in by these teams to make me think that they're ready to actually cope with Arsenal's set piece shenanigans. Bro, I'm not convinced in that Chelsea back four. I think the Liverpool defense is already shrinking in size too. I mean, thanks to Konate leaving this season and leaving and already struggling Virgil van Dijk in that team. We can say all we want, but Man City, I mean, last week, Gianni, my brother, talked about this. Man City, I mean, has always had a very shaky defense, and Matt Gay is not the guy to put them on the map. So it is what it is. Take that with a pinch of salt. But it also, you have to go into last season and see how many goals they conceded for you to know that they don't still have a very seasoned defense, and they've not even done transfer business that will bring in a solid defensive back team. And even if we even go deeper into it, they're even weaker now that John Stones is not even in that football club. It's made them more weaker. If you have a John Stones on the bench, say what you want about his injury record. When he comes on, he puts up the shirt, he does what he does. They don't have him right now. He's gone to Inter Milan. That puts them, I mean, that leaves them with all these clowns in defense like Kusanov, who gave up halfway, in a competitive game. And bro, come on, bro, do the math, bro. So it is what it is. If Arsenal can keep our injuries up to a certain level, bro, I have no doubt we can retain this title, bro. And again, I'm not all these other managers, bro. I'm not really seeing them as winners. I'm seeing them as clowns, bro. Yeah, I mean, Raul has to show me that he can replicate what he did at Bournemouth at Liverpool. And to be very sincere, Bournemouth is not Liverpool. Bournemouth is not Liverpool. So he also has to show us something different. Man City, let's see. I think they're going to be the ones who actually directly challenges for the title there. Because what they have up front, I mean, the Semenyo, the Haaland, the Dokus, they could literally get very angry this season and they start to, give it a big push. Who knows?
Definitely. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly. We're over the time limit, people. Yeah, it's like 1 minute 40 coming up. I said 1:30. Yeah, we've got to really kind of be close to this because I mean, I got to get ready for work and that tomorrow, and I know Gianni's works all day and all night. Bruno, I've always said if we get Bruno, no one else, I still think we'll retain it. I still want a superstar in our team though, just to show off, just to brag. every game, and that is Vinny Junior, superstar. I think we're good enough. I'm interested to see our playing style next season, because in the Girona game, I saw a little bit of changes, more attacking, more direct. Is Arteta going to be like that next season? Is he going to go a bit more direct, a bit more creative next season? That's yet to be seen. But what I've seen with the likes of Dowman, the likes of Solis, even Kai Havertz, you know, he took his goal well yesterday as well. So, and I think he has also listen. Everyone knows how I feel about Havertz, but I still think he has something to prove as well next season as well. So that competition in the team, I think it's really good. Players, because remember, you have to have a team where players are competing against each other. It's not just about having your best players. You have to have players that are competing against each other. And this is where I think the competition, what we've missed over the last few seasons. Saka never had no competition. All right, Madueke, we all know what we think about Madueke, but still, he's still someone that if Saka's not performing, he will come in. Yeah, there's the Bruno situation now with Zubimendi, Rice. If players ain't performing, these players are coming in for these players. So, you know, I'm seeing a lot of competition. We didn't talk about a centre back, but that's something that we can talk about next week. I'm not going to go over it now because we've gone over time now. Guys, have you got anything to say before I hit that end stream button?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good.
Or is someone put all this that
I'm all good,
said?
people. Thank you, guys.
What's Tony saying?
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. December, you did it to me last season, and I won the title. You know, we're back to square one. So, I mean, all this clipping up of me last season, I mean, all the enemies have been shattered. How about that? But, I mean, you can see me and Gianni shaking hands together, you know, having brotherly hugs and all that. It wasn't like that last season. You know, man told me that, you know, he doesn't believe we're going to win the league earlier last season. Later on, he came around, to the table and had a sense in what we talked about. So, people, it is what it is. I've been here. I've done that. Yeah. You know, I said we're going to win the league and we won it. So I'm proud here saying that we're going to retain the league, because I've not really seen, bro, have you guys seen any business that will make your heads turn with all these rivals? No, other than Chelsea bringing in ancestral spirits like Henderson and Welbeck to come and help them, stay afloat. So it's what it is, bro. If you talk about
Champions League, though, but Tony, if you talk about Champions League and if you talk about European teams, I do think Real Madrid are building something that's going to be dangerous. Real Madrid.
Well, yeah, we have been in that conversation, but I mean, also understand that.
I think we have to see how
it's one of those situations.
I think we have to see how Jose's plans out. The team I would say I'm more worried about with signings right now is Bayern Munich, because them adding that Saibari that we saw from Morocco to that offense they got is going to be something. So I think them
and again them keeping Olise.
Yeah.
And then keeping Olise is also a big thing, because Olise was, bro, not everyone survives a knock from
Musiala will be back to his best as well. Musiala was hurt the whole season. He will be back too.
Why can't we throw money on Musiala to come to
He will be back too. So
why can't we throw some money on him?
Musiala, the thing there, I was in that shout. But again, this is why you have to, people, we talked about Rodrigo. Gianni brought up something very, this thing, it flies up people's heads. They want to only clip the things that are glittery, but some of the sensible things we talk about, it flies over our heads. Gianni made a statement about Rodrigo and saying, see, we have to actually see. I have no problem in signing Rodrigo. I'm quoting what Gianni said. Yeah, I have no problem in signing Rodrigo, but we have to see he's coming back from a long-term injury. Let's see how we reintegrate into the squad and see what he can do. People, translate that to Musiala. He played in the World Cup. We saw what happened. He just came back from a very horrible, nasty injury, bro. We saw him at the World Cup. He was poor, banged up, bro. It wasn't even average, bro. It was extremely poor.
Yep.
Poor. So if you're translating what Gianni talked to us about Rodrigo, this is just a clear example. Coming back from injury, even if you're a top player, it doesn't still guarantee you that you're going to be that player you was 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, a season ago. And that's why we can't be in the shout of bringing in Musiala. He had a poor World Cup. There's no motivation for any team to actually look at him. And again, Waffle Don, read the room. No other football club is actually looking at Musiala like they were looking at him under a year ago. Under a year ago, it was being linked to all these football clubs, even in the Premier League. Right now, everyone have distanced themselves away from him or that sign. Think about it, bro. Which other team has looked at Musiala right now and said, let's go get him? None. It just takes one performance, 2 performance, 3 performance in the World Cup for all these things to just go underground. And that's where Musiala is right now. No one is going for him. Why should the champions go for him?
Anyway, we're going to lock off now. Yeah, I know Tony's done a stream. Make sure you go and watch Tony's stream with Deo as well earlier on today. That was a massive stream as well. Make sure you go and subscribe to Gianni. I don't know, Gianni, you got anything coming up today or tomorrow, anything like that?
As long as I don't get called back into work, I have a call-in show tomorrow to talk about everything that we kind of talked about with the transfers and everything else going along. But yeah, we'll see.
I need to watch your Baresi show, you know, because you know that night I had to take my daughter to like hospital because she weren't well.
It was a good show. I had DJB and I was very blessed to have Kenny.
I always watch it on playback.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that on playback.
It's just that you do it very late at night. You do it very late.
The problem is I'm over here in Chicago, brother.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm 6 hours behind the next day.
Yeah. Exactly. Remember, Tony's 2 hours in front of me.
Next day.
He's 2 hours in front of me. Yeah.
So Tony's 8 hours. Tony's 8 hours ahead of me. You're 6 hours ahead of me.
So Tony's at night. It's nearly 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I'm watching the next day.
That's crazy.
But it's a great show. I mean, keep it going, bro. Keep it going, bro.
Yeah,
that's a great show.
Definitely.
And always facts related. You always speak fact.
He doesn't mess about, man.
Bro.
But people, we're going to lock off now, make sure you subscribe to all the channels. Another Monday Night Madness. And listen, people, we're just going to keep going every Monday. So make sure you're here. You might see different people now and again. You might see me once. You might see Tony once. I mean, you might not see me, or you might not. You're going to have different people, So listen, Monday Night Madness. Make sure you're here. Don't be square. We are out. Peace.